Yo, what is going on, you guys? So, Chadambring, guys, a brand new sports cards video. In today's video, I will be showcasing the top 5 cards that are absolutely on fire. So there's definitely a lot to choose from this week. Once again, the market has been very hot on certain players, and I will get into why that is in a little bit. But before we get into that, I do want to say, as you guys know, I have my Sports Card Invest membership program where I basically release weekly reports. Basically, yesterday I released the report to my premium members, and today the report will be released to my monthly and yearly members. Basically, 10 cards I believe will go up, 10 cards I believe should be sold, and then some long-term underground NBA investments. So if you guys would be interested in making some money with the group, we've definitely been on top of many trends, such as Damian Lillard. Obviously, we had him making the playoffs, and obviously, he did. Obviously, I do not think he will beat the Lakers, but we made a lot of money buying his select rookies for just $30. I thought they were super undervalued for $20 to $30, and right now they're up to around 100 and some, 120 maybe. So we made a lot of money on Damian Lillard select, a lot of other guys. Kobe's Topps PSA 9. So Kobe's Topps PSA 10 had gone to around $4,000, and his PSA 9 was lagging at just $450. So obviously a PSA 9, it should not be 1/10 the price of a PSA 10. So my group and I recommended my group to buy them up at $400, and right now they're roughly $1,000 for a PSA 9. So we just have been able to keep on top of the market, find PSA 9s that are super undervalued, find cards that are very undervalued, and this week we have a lot of cards that I really believe will be going up very soon. So if you guys would be interested, use code YouTube to get you 10% off the yearly memberships. Link down below, sportscardsinvest.com. Message me on Instagram at sportscardinvest once you have signed up. But yeah, without further ado, we're going to hop right into this video. So the first card we have that has been going up a lot is Rudy Gobert Select Rookie 2013. I believe his silver in particular. So Rudy Gobert had a big game versus the Denver Nuggets, and his cards were very cheap before this. I believe I have to put in Prism for his selects to come up. But yeah, his cards were very cheap before this series, and in particularly, they were very cheap before last game. He had a very good game against the Nuggets, and before this, I was looking at his cards actually, which is quite funny because they were very cheap, and I thought they were. Obviously the pop report on these is very low. There are not too many Gobert rookies out there, and his cards were very cheap. So definitely, a needed, increase happened, because obviously you can get like his, but in June, you could get his select blue prisms, which should be around 5 to 6 times a base PSA 10 for just $86. And right now, finally, they've gone up. So as you guys can see with his select silver, just the day before the game, the day of the game, that he had a big game, there were just $20, and literally 2 days later, they're selling for around $70. So definitely look out for Rudy Gobert. His prices are on the rise. I'm not sure how sustainable it is, because Donovan Mitchell usually carries the team, but Rudy Gobert also has big games, so I definitely think there's some money to be made. Definitely you cannot get his cards that cheap anymore right now. I believe the latest, his autographs, I'm not sure why there's not many base of him, but his autograph recently sold for $88 for his rookie autograph Prism, and just a week ago, they were around $20. So we've seen around a 4 times increase in Gobert's cards recently, and definitely something to keep a lookout for in case, they drop after a game, or there could be some buying opportunities with Gobert. But without further ado, we're going to hop right into our next guy, which is Jalen Brown's rookie 2016-2017 Prism. Jalen Brown and the Celtics have just swept the 76ers, so definitely the Celtics are playing very well, and recently his prices have gone up quite a lot. So Jalen Brown and Tatum have both been playing very well. You could get a raw prism of him just a week ago for around $40, and recently I believe they've been selling for around 100 nearly. I did see a few, $92. I saw a few sell for 100 on Facebook. So it definitely big increase, around a 3 times increase in his raw cards. But if we look at his graded, they've also done some great numbers. Obviously with raw, prices are all over the place just because certain cards may be, obviously worse condition and so forth. But if we look at him just a few weeks ago, Brown has definitely gone up a lot. So we're going to go ahead and try to find a PSA 10 because most recently the PSA 10 did $530. So we're going to go ahead and scroll down a little bit more and try to find what they were going for around 2 weeks ago. So around this time. So as you guys can see, best offer accepted under $355. So definitely a big $200 increase in the last 2 months for his PSA 10, or his last 2 weeks. So definitely some big increases with Jalen Brown. I think he's still a quite good buy just because he does have the potential to go off for a 35-40 point game and see some big increases, and his pop report is quite low. This card is fairly rare. 2016-2017 Prism in general is fairly rare to come by, so definitely love this card right here. Without further ado, we're going to hop right into our next card, which is none other than the King. And his Upper Deck Rookie Exclusives PSA 9 has been on the move. There's one recent sale which has gone up quite a lot, and I at first thought it was fishy because I was just like, oh, one sale that nearly doubled. But when I looked at Facebook, when I did some actual research on Instagram and Facebook, I saw that these cards are really moving. So just a few days ago, before last Lakers game, they were going for around $400 to $500 in a PSA 9. Most recently, a sale for $755. And obviously, I was a little bit sketched out. I looked on Facebook, saw the last one sold for around $625. So a definitely big increase, nearly doubled in the last few weeks. His cards were very hot before. The Lakers obviously lost game 1. Prices went down a little bit, but prices are back up for LeBron, and LeBron has been showing out recently. The Lakers just took a 2-1 series lead on the Blazers, so LeBron's cards are going up again, and that's definitely great to see LeBron going up again. I can see them making the finals personally, or at least the Western Conference Finals, so expect LeBron's cards to continue to rise. But definitely you love to see LeBron going up. But next up, we do have James Harden. Now, James Harden's Topps cards, I'm just going to do a PSA 10 for simplicity. But James Harden's cards in general have been going up and up because his prices were honestly quite cheap. And his cards are fairly rare to come by. His pop reports are quite low on most of his good cards. And sorry, this is not loading. But yeah, definitely James Harden is a great buy. I would still say they're going to take down the Thunder, I predict. So you can still see some quite big increases in Harden's cards. His PSA 10s, I remember looking at these for $500. Some did sell, some PSA 9 sold for around $500 a few weeks ago, but literally 2 months ago, I was looking at these for $500 in a PSA 10. Most recently, around $2,500 for a PSA 10. So a huge 5 times increase in Harden. I don't know why they're not showing me more, so I'm just going to go PSA to see some PSA 9s as well, because these cards have just been on the run. Harden's had some big games. Obviously, last game, he did not play too well. They did lose. But I think, this whole series, I personally think the Rockets have this series in the bag. So most recently, PSA 10 did $2,300. If we look back a few weeks ago, these were quite cheaper. Quite obviously still on the run. They've been on the run for around a few months now. They've been on the rise, but you could pick up PSA 9s for $320, and right now they're up to around $550 $550 to $600. So definitely seeing some big increases in Harden. I think his prices are sustainable. He's one of the best scorers in our generation. But as you guys can see, you could get a Topps Chrome PSA 10 for just $3,000. And now they're probably up to around $8,000 to $10,000. So some big increases in Harden. I definitely think his cards still have more in them to go. But yeah, definitely on the run. Very low pop card. Same year as Steph's tops. So definitely, some great increases in Harden. Last but not least, we have the man on the sidelines, Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, obviously people are already starting to look at his return because the Nets are going to be something next year. Whether you like them or not, their talent is through the roof. Kyrie and Kevin Durant are two of the top 10 best scorers in the league, in my opinion, and Kevin Durant arguably is the top scorer in the league. So, definitely can see some big increases in Kevin Durant's cards. I think his cards are going to continue to go up. As you guys can see, his Topps has been on the run lately. Obviously, they were around $450. We had Gary V post them on Instagram. We saw the prices go up to $800, and right now they're most recently around $1,300 for a PSA 10. So some crazy increases right there. Even his second year is on the run right here. So definitely love to see Kevin Durant's cards go up a lot. I think Kevin Durant's return is going to be very hyped up, and we can see some steadily increases in his prices. So as you guys can see with this second year Topps Chrome, $380 just a week ago, and most recently we saw one sold for $1,000. So some big increases in Kevin Durant's cards. Definitely love to see that. But yeah, that's pretty much been the video. I really hope you guys did enjoy. Once again, click the link down below to join the program if you guys would like to make some money with me. But other than that, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'm out. Peace.